right, guys, I got another 5 tips for disabled or busy pet owners. I really, really love these tips, and so I kind of went a little overboard. And if I would have combined both this video and last week's video, it would have been easily 20 minutes long, and I know no one would want that, so I decided to split these videos into 2. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, or I guess tip number 6 that I have for you guys, is to embrace flexibility. If you're having a bad day, it's okay to really focus on yourself. It's okay to take care of yourself, and you don't have to worry about training your dog. If you have some energy to practice like low demanding games like an enrichment toy or a puzzle toy, you can do those. But if the bare minimum that you do is to let your dog outside to go potty and feed them, then that's okay. It's really okay. The other thing is that you could kind of try and do some net training. So if you're watching TV, a lot of times what I'll do if I realize that my dogs haven't trained and they're kind of going crazy because they're bored, is I'll do a little bit of training while I'm sitting on the couch. So we're kind of back to play games while sitting down. You could do that, or you could just do like a couple collar grabs, and then boom, you're trained. I don't have enough energy for this. That's fine. It's all fine. Number 2 for this week is to lean on your support systems. So if you are having a bad day or you are just running low on time, it's okay to ask a friend, a neighbor, or a family member to take your dog for a walk for you. Or you could even use like pet services that like dog walkers or some daycare facilities, if your dog is suitable for those types of things. Using those could be really, really helpful for you as well in trying to get something achieved for your dog. Tip number 3 is to teach calming activities. One of the hardest things for me was when I first got my cattle dog, and I truly, truly underestimated the amount of energy that these guys had. I had a cattle dog growing up. He was from a puppy mill, and I wholeheartedly believe that because he was from a puppy mill, his genes were not blue heeler genes. We were told he was a blue heeler and that he was going to have so much energy, but he was the biggest couch potato I had ever met. And so when I moved out of my parents' house, I was like, I loved my blue heeler growing up, so I'm going to get another one. And this guy is standard blue heeler. And so for a while, it was like constantly, like every hour on the hour, he was screaming at me to play fetch, to do something. He could not physically calm down. And so with this tip, I truly had to dig my heels in to really teach my cattle dog how to calm down. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't still have a lot of energy. We have to do something every single day. There are no breaks with a cattle dog or any high energy breed, but it doesn't have to rule your world. You can teach them to calm down during off times, and then when we are going to play fetch or we are going to train, then it's boom, all the way up to the top. I'm giving my best. So some calming activities you can do is practice boundary games. Boundary games are a calming activity. You could do some enrichment toys like a Kong or a lick mat. And then other calming activities would be something like cooperative care, so a chin rest. Or you could do, again, those hand touches. You could do collar grabs. There's so many calm games that you can do with your dog. Tip number 4 is to celebrate your small wins. If you have a reactive dog who stays calm when someone walks by the house, celebrate with your dog. Give them jackpot. Give them a jackpot reward. So that's when you give them one reward right after the other to elongate the reward period and to make that reward seem bigger. You can really celebrate with them all the small wins and even document them. Write them on the fridge. Write them in your journal. write them somewhere you can see them so that you know you are doing your best and you are seeing progress towards your goals. And then every time your dog settles down after a walk, even if it's only for a few minutes or just settles down at all, then you can reward that as well. That's a game, but I don't remember what it's called at the moment. But it's something you can reward and you can take note of. Again, write it down, put it on your fridge, put it in your journal, somewhere you can see it so you know that that's a win. The most important tip of this two-part series for sure is to celebrate, or is that self-compassion is key. So remind yourself that it's okay if your dog skips a walk or if you have an off day. It's the best you can do in this moment. You are doing your best for your dog. Your dog may not fully be able to comprehend that because one day we went for a walk and then today we can't go for a walk. But you really are doing your best. Sometimes it's not a question of when can I do this, it's if I can do this. And I think the best thing for me, especially with MS, to think of is, okay, I can't go for a walk today, but I can do this instead. What can I do instead? Instead, I can practice boundary games while I'm eating dinner. Instead, I can give them a puzzle toy. Instead, I can sit down and play a game. So I really like those. I can't do this, but I can do this instead. That really helps kind of keep things on the positive side of things. And then also reward yourself. Reward yourself with a snack, some music, or even just a little bit of rest after you have a successful day with your dog. Whatever you can do to really help you and your dog is absolutely everything that you can ask for. With this two-part series, I really just wanted to drive home that I know the holidays can be difficult and super busy, especially during Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, all of this time of the year. So it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to skip a day of training with your dog. It's okay if your dog only does puzzle toys in one day or some enrichment games in one day and doesn't do anything physically active. Keeping it varied, honestly, makes it better for our dogs. No 2 days look alike for my dogs, that's for sure. And so I really wanted to give you some confidence, and hopefully I did that to help you survive this holiday season. Have a great day, guys. Keep on training.